Welcome to the Quick Bite Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Klinger. Today, I have a special guest on, Jordan Orlick, the CEO of LetzChat, the world's leading language translation and analytics platform for business. Jordan, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining the podcast.
Of course. Thanks for having me, Brian. I'm excited.
All right, Jordan, you know the rules. We've got 10 minutes to cover a lot of ground. Let's get started. Jordan, question number one, what's the best piece of life advice you've ever received?
That's a great, brilliant question there, actually. And actually, this is going to be geared more towards business. But so the best advice I have received in this context here is people will really don't care what you're selling, right? They do for the most part, but more importantly, they care about who you are as a founder, who you are as a CEO, who you are as a president. Whatever role you are, if you're a good person, you're passionate about your business, you're passionate about your field that you're in, people will come to you, everything will fall into place. If you're a good person, you practice gratitude, you practice, giving back to the community. Everything like that is what's going to help you be successful in what you do. And that's what I personally believe in is be a good person and everything will fall into place.
What role does gratitude play in your life?
Yeah, gratitude is paramount for me. Everything that I do is revolved about being thankful and grateful to everyone and everything that occurs to myself or in business that I engage with. As a matter of fact, my email signature actually includes the words many thanks. So every time it's out an email, I can practice to be grateful to the customer, to my client, to my friends, whatever I'm engaging with. So it's actually number one with everything.
Perfect. And number three, who has been your greatest mentor and what did they teach you?
Another great question here. I have a bunch of different mentors. Actually, all of them were when I actually was growing up in the Boy Scouts of America. And they actually helped me learn everything from leadership skills to gratitude was actually number one, how to present myself, how to, lead a team, everything like that. And those were actually some of the biggest mentors in my life and actually got me to where I am today. And I actually emulate a lot of my leadership style based on them.
Excellent. And speaking of leadership, what are the top three qualities that every leader should have?
In my opinion, the top three are going to be different, probably for many, many people, but I think these across the board are paramount or top, in my opinion. One is vision. If a leader doesn't have a vision, it's going to be very tough to get someone on your team to follow you or get an audience to believe in what you're doing. The second one is drive. If you have a vision, that's great, but you have to be driven to achieve that vision. So if you can do that vision and you can make it happen, that's your drive. And third, which actually might be just as important or more important than the other two, is what I like to call servant leadership. If you aren't willing to hop into the weeds and do the work with your team, it's going to be very difficult for them to want to follow you or to believe in your vision. You need to know how to do everything in your business or in life to be a good leader and be willing to get into the weeds with your team.
Perfect. And question number 5, can you share a story about a time that you faced adversity?
Yes, this is actually probably a really funny one here. And I hope people don't have to experience this part here. But so we actually were tasked to actually go to Tony Hawk's actual business location there and actually do a live translation between him and a Portuguese speaking skateboarder. And you can actually view that video on YouTube. Very exciting.
Hey, welcome to a very special edition of Hawk versus Wolf. We have Felipe Nunez here as a guest, and we are doing a translation in real time. So let's see what happens.
Muito obrigado a vocês dois por ter me convidado para esse bate-papo. Com certeza vai ser incrível e vamos fazer isso dar certo.
Definitely going to be amazing, and let's make it work.
Wow. It did it.
End of the story. It was very successful. During the event, we actually had a big technology failure there. And right in front of Tony Hawk and his guests, I actually had a live program to fix the software. So we were having a fun time there in front of everything where we could have been a make or break event there. So thank goodness I was able to solve everything and have a very successful outcome. But it was a very make or break event.
That makes sense. So how did Tony respond watching you resolve the matter and overcome the adversity?
He actually loved it. He was like, because we had it on a big screen and he was seeing all the programming happening. He's like, oh, wow, look, you're programming in real time. I'm like, yeah, hey, I can program too. That's my job. So it was really fun, actually. He was really, really engaging with it and very excited to see it actually come to fruition.
That's great. And last but not least, what's a fun fact about Jordan Orlick that a lot of people don't know about you?
So two fun facts here. One is I am an Eagle Scout in the Boy Scouts of America. I was there till I was 25 years old. I actually traveled all over the world and camped in different countries with the Scouts, which was really exciting. And if anyone who knows that, I was also Lodge Chief in the Order of the Arrow, if people are familiar with the Boy Scouts. Another fun fact is I actually hold 2 U.S. patents, which is really exciting. And I got my first one when I was in 2nd grade. So it was a fun little fact there.
That is amazing. You're in the 2nd grade. How did you get a patent in the 2nd grade?
So I was actually really big into rollerblading at the time. And I had, if anyone's familiar with rollerblades, when you put your foot in the blade itself, is that it goes like this. It wobbles, and I would get sprained ankles all the time. So I invented a tool that you put your rollerblade into, and it holds it still for you. And my dad was a patent attorney, so he helped me patent the idea. So I got a patent when I was in 2nd grade, all over sprained ankles.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'll ask another bonus question for you, Jordan. We've got a couple of minutes here to go on the clock. So when it comes to unwinding as an executive, you carry a lot of responsibilities. What do you like to do to unwind?
Ooh, I love going on walks. That is great to unwind. I love going on drives. I'm a big car enthusiast, so just driving around town, going through the canyons is always great. And I also love just playing video games. I know it could be childish to some people, but just clearing my mind from work helps me get to the next level with the next problem and refocus on the next issue, or hopefully not an issue, the next vision, the next goal. Anything to just get my mind off of the day is fantastic.
Awesome. That sounds like a good plan to me. It's always good. I especially love the walking part. I like to walk a lot. I think it's good for you. It's also very healthy, as you know, but it's good for your mentality as well. Jordan Orlick, CEO of LetzChat Language Translation. You can visit their website at LetzChat.com. Thank you for being on the Quick Bite Podcast.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Brian. Appreciate it.
The Quick Bite Podcast is proud to shine a spotlight on Giving Kitchen, an incredible nonprofit serving the food service community in times of crisis. From unexpected medical emergencies to natural disasters, Giving Kitchen steps in when life takes an unexpected turn. To learn how you can help support those who serve us every day, visit givingkitchen.com. And while you're at it, subscribe to the Quick Bite Podcast, where leadership meets heart, and join us in making a difference, one episode at a time. Quick Bite Podcast, bite-sized conversations, big-time impact.